I just want to make a special thank you to my girlfriend Tracy that took the red eye from Hawaii, and my cousin Sean that drove from New Mexico to support me. And I can feel a whole lot of Santa Barbara love in the house. By sharing my story, I shook my family tree, and now I own it. As I listened to all the beautiful Braves tonight, I realized that all their stories of survival are also my story, because I too am a survivor. My name is Tammy, and this is my brave. I'm a survivor of rape. Starting at the age of 2, I became the victim of rape, primarily by my father, and eventually by other family members and acquaintances. My mother was fully aware of all the sexual abuse that I was suffering, but chose to keep it a secret in order to preserve the family image. The subject was taboo in our household, and I was frequently bribed and threatened with my life to keep silent. These rapes continued throughout my childhood and beyond, culminating in a horrific incident that took place when I was 18 and which marked me forever. Let me set the scene. I was still living with my parents, working at the local grocery store, and saving money to get out of that house. That fateful evening began with an argument with my mother, who was concerned about external circumstances that threatened to put the family illness in the spotlight. It was then I became fully and consciously aware of the truth that I had been suppressing. My family valued their image and position rather than my well-being. I had to get out of that toxic environment fast. I called one of my best friends, and we ended up at a mutual friend's birthday party in a nearby college town. As the night wore on, I started to feel strange, like I wasn't myself. It wasn't until later that I learned I had been dosed with PCP. I asked my friend to take me home, but she wasn't ready to leave the party. Desperate, I called my mom, who was on drugs and refused to come and pick me up. So I started the 5-mile walk home. Then, to my relief, a car full of guys who were at the party and whom I'd known for years stopped and told me to get in. Grateful for the ride, I climbed into the front seat. But instead of taking me home, they turned down the road towards the lake. The driver put his hand on my thigh. I knew then that something was horribly wrong. I started screaming. The guy in the passenger seat punched me in the jaw, breaking it instantly. I can still feel the driver's ring splitting my face wide open. They put a bag over my head and strangled me. This violent assault and the rapes that followed by all the guys in the car went on for what seemed like forever. I was bloody and unrecognizable and left. for dead. The next day, I woke up by the lake in the hot sun. I crawled, naked, a quarter mile to the road. Cars passing by slowed down, but quickly sped away upon seeing my condition. Finally, my savior, an off-duty fireman, stopped. He saved my life. And so you might ask, where did I go from there? And how do I still have any faith left in humanity? How does healing from so much trauma begin? How does a young girl battling chronic pain, multiple reconstructive surgeries, PTSD, depression, and anxiety truly heal herself? With one foot in front of the other, one brave day at a time. I had had to train myself to survive during that abuse, and that is how I was able to survive this violent attack. My healing began with deep forgiveness. Forgiveness of the perpetrators and forgiveness of myself so that my soul could heal. I have had consoled by the many who listened and the guardian angels who appeared. One by one, compassion and love began to fill the darkness in and around me. I found that my greatest relief from PTSD and anxiety came when taking care of others. Incredible, beautiful friendships, the warmth of my community, miraculous medical professionals and healers have all contributed to me making it through another day and to believing in human goodness, despite the ongoing physical repercussions from that one night. Recently, working with an energy practitioner, I went back to that place of horror from 30 years ago, and we did a land clearing ceremony. This was so life-changing and healing. It enabled me to reclaim myself and my power. I'm a wounded healer. Wounded healers create themselves through trial and error, conquering adversity, and extreme pain and suffering. We conquer fear and find a way to speak our truth even when we're afraid. In doing so, we are shining lights for others who are lost and feeling alone. And they gain a brave new purpose greater than they could have ever imagined. I knew I was a survivor, but I also had a burning desire to thrive. All the work I have done has given me a renewed sense of purpose and desire to help others heal. This healing and desire to thrive will be a lifelong journey. but I have found my path. My dream is to help women, men, and children overcome trauma and find their voice. I am a survivor. We are not our damage. We are not damaged goods, but sacred goods. From the depths of my soul, I thank you. Thank you.